My child, God bless you. I know you have been waiting. You prayed when nobody was watching. You cried when nobody knew you were hurting. You smiled in front of people, even when your heart was breaking inside. And sometimes you asked yourself, God, are you even listening to me? My child, I heard you. I heard the prayer you whispered late at night. I heard the words you could barely speak through your tears. I saw you kneel down and ask me for one more chance. You may not see the answer yet, but silence does not mean I have forgotten you. There was a man named Daniel who had been praying for a long time. Every morning, he asked God for a better future. He wanted his family to be safe. He wanted a new opportunity. He wanted to escape the difficult season he had been trapped in for years. But day after day, nothing seemed to change. One evening, Daniel sat alone in his room. He looked at his phone. No new messages, no job offer, no good news, nothing. He lowered his head and whispered, God, I don't know how much longer I can keep going. A tear fell from his eye. I've prayed for so long. Maybe you don't want to answer me? And for the first time in a long time, Daniel felt like giving up. But then he remembered something his mother had told him when he was young. When you cannot see what God is doing, trust that He is still working. Daniel closed his eyes. He took a deep breath, and he prayed one more time. God, I don't understand your plan, but I choose to trust you. The next morning, nothing looked different. The same room, the same problems, the same bills, the same uncertainty. But Daniel was different. He had decided that he would not give up. He got up. He started his day. He applied for another job. He made another phone call. He tried again, and again, and again. Days passed. Then one afternoon, Daniel received a phone call. It was from a company he had contacted weeks earlier. They wanted to meet him. Daniel couldn't believe it. He went to the interview. A few days later, he received the message he had been waiting for. You're hired. Daniel stared at the screen, his eyes filled with tears. Not because everything was suddenly perfect, but because he realized something. God had not ignored his prayer. God had been preparing the answer while Daniel was preparing to give up. My child, maybe you are Daniel today. Maybe you have been praying for something for months. Maybe you have asked God for healing in your family. Maybe you are waiting for financial breakthrough. Maybe you are praying for a relationship to be restored. Maybe you are asking God to open one door because every other door seems closed. And right now, you are tired. You are wondering, God, when? Listen carefully. Your delay is not your denial. Just because you don't see movement doesn't mean heaven is silent. Sometimes God changes the situation. Sometimes God changes the people around you. And sometimes God changes you before He changes your circumstances. You may think nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, things can be moving in ways you cannot see. A seed buried in the ground looks like it is doing nothing, but underneath the soil, roots are growing. And one day, what was hidden begins to appear. Your prayer may be like that seed. You planted it with tears. You watered it with faith. And now you're standing over the ground, asking, where is the answer? My child, don't dig up the seed because you became impatient. Keep believing. Keep praying. Keep walking. You don't need to understand everything. You only need to trust the one who sees everything. Maybe today you feel like giving up. Maybe you are exhausted from waiting. Maybe you've told yourself, I can't do this anymore. But God is saying, my child, hold on a little longer. The story isn't finished. That chapter isn't the ending. The door you are waiting for may not open in the way you expected. The blessing may not look exactly how you imagined. But God's timing is never controlled by your fear. So don't let today's situation convince you that tomorrow has no hope. Remember how many times you thought you couldn't make it. Yet somehow, you did. Remember the nights you thought you would never smile again. Yet somehow, you smiled. Remember the moments you thought everything was over. Yet somehow, you kept going. That strength didn't come from nowhere. God was carrying you, and He is still carrying you. So tonight, before you sleep, don't only ask God for what you want. Thank Him for what He has already done. Say, God, thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for giving me another day. Thank you for protecting me from things I never knew were coming. Thank you for hearing the prayers I haven't seen answered yet. And God, give me the strength to keep believing. My child, you don't have to know when the answer will come. You don't have to know how God will do it. Just don't give up. Because sometimes the greatest breakthrough comes right after the moment you feel like quitting. The door may be closer than you think. The answer may be closer than you think. The change you've been praying for may already be beginning. So wipe your tears, lift your head, take another step, and remember, God heard your prayer to give up. So my child, keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing. Your prayer was heard. Don't give up now. God bless you.